Marketing people and salespeople don't typically work together. In my personal opinion, I think marketing and sales should be bringing their powers together and working together as a team. Salespeople understand how people tick and also understand the scripts to get them to take action. Whereas like maybe, as you're saying, marketers, like they want to be avant-garde and creative.
I agree with you. And I'll go back and I'll push a little bit in that I still think persuasion is, when we're really thinking about marketing and sales as professions, persuasion is somewhere in the middle. When you're doing direct response advertising, that's a little different. What some of us are doing in marketing, though, does start to get a little bit away from persuasion, though. And I was just listening to a podcast recently where a guy was talking about your brand narrative. The place to say that isn't in brand building or brand awareness advertising, because at that level, you really aren't trying to persuade people. You want to be mentally available to people. And this is where marketing and sales do start to diverge a little bit.
I feel like you separate persuasion into like some specific category. Life is persuasion, everything. We're constantly persuading in every aspect of our lives, subconsciously or consciously. Talking about being front of mind, etc. Whether you're directly trying to persuade someone to take an action or not, you're creating a persuasive narrative to keep the person top of mind. The way you develop your company story. You're not just like, hey, we do this. Like you wanna write it and build it in a way that's engaging and persuasive. It doesn't necessarily need to link to a direct like, click now, buy now. All of it is persuasion, in my personal opinion.
That's a really interesting perspective, because I do think I've been limiting my definition of persuasion to that salesperson who has their prospect on the hook in that moment, whether in a store or during a demo. I keep thinking of persuasion as being that moment where you're trying to close the deal. It feels like that there's a lot more going on in that moment.